Welcome, family, to my third annual Hoodoo Doll exhibit. For those of you who are new, every year during the month of June, in celebration of Juneteenth, I provide a photo and video exhibit of my latest hoodoo dolls. Making hoodoo dolls is my favorite type of hoodoo work, so I'm always just excited and pumped up about this exhibit. So I encourage you, first of all, to celebrate your ancestors every day, because if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be here. And we have so much to celebrate in the African American experience. Well, family, hoodoo dolls, first of all, they're not decorative items. These are not toys to play with. They are fascinating spirits that have been embodied in a doll. Hoodoo dolls can be created for all types of purposes: to strike down an enemy, to protect you, to help or heal you. I've been doing this for many years, and I think I've made just about every type that you can. Now, let me be clear before we get started. I am not a professional doll maker. My hoodoo dolls have all kinds of imperfections. They are not perfect by any means necessary. But I do give praise and honor to the spirit realm for being patient with me and giving me the spirits to work with. So in this year's collection, I'm giving honor to some unique names and places in African American history. Unlike previous dolls I've made, these dolls in this collection all have names, as you will see. So let's get started on the tour of my latest hoodoo doll collection. First, I want you to know that hoodoo dolls is not like your other hoodoo types of work. It's not like a mojo. It's not like doing a spell or candle magic or anything like that. Owning a hoodoo doll is very serious, and it carries lifetime responsibilities. So you really have to be ready and be mature and be stable enough to really take care of a hoodoo doll. Because if you don't, things can go the opposite way of what you were seeking. So I just want to put that out there. But introducing Daddy Hal. During slavery, a brave enslaved ancestor escaped into the swamps deep into Clark County, Alabama, in the area where the Tombigbee and Alabama rivers meet. He established a maroon community of escaped enslaved ancestors, which was later called Hal's Kingdom. And for those of you who don't know, Alabama is my home state. Well, Hal and his followers, they fought valiantly against slavery, but was eventually betrayed by a fellow slave. And I hear that this traitor betrayed them for a plate of food. Today, in honor of the Maroon community, a lake was named after him, Hal's Lake. And you can pay homage to all of these ancestors who fought and built something deep in those swamps at Hal's Lake. Daddy Hal, this hoodoo doll, is a fierce protector, ruthless enemy doll, and a power hoodoo doll for those who are striving for success and leadership. Let me introduce you to Aunt Moot, a hoodoo doll in honor of all the maroon communities in the great Dismal Swamp region of Virginia and North Carolina. Many of our ancestors escaped the brutality of slavery by disappearing deep into the swamps where no man had ever went. Here they were able to establish several secret communities, thriving in their African traditions and ways of life. And it's said that many were born and died in these communities, having never stepped foot outside of the swamps or even experiencing slavery, or even seeing a white person. Aunt Moot is reminiscent of the strong, resilient, root-working women of the swamp, the healing and helping women of those communities. Auntie to everyone. Aunt Moot is a healing mother, protective auntie, and a blessing hoodoo doll for those who need a spiritual auntie. She has a very kind spirit, but don't be fooled. She can be a trickster too. Have that no good man or woman in your life going out of their mind. Let's have a visit with Daddy Jack. He is described as a fictitious character in the complete tales of Uncle Remus. African American stories told to this certain author who published them and made a killing off of the stories of our ancestors and our culture. But behind the stories is a very old man who was born in Africa and is considered by some to be a sorcerer, a friend of Uncle Remus. There were many actual people, such as Daddy Jack, who were revered in Black communities throughout the South, but especially in my home state of Alabama and mainly Georgia and the Carolinas. These elders were the problem solvers. They were the counselors. They were the judge and the jury of the community, but they were also powerful hoodoo or medicine men. They were not nice and fierce in their fight against enemies or as a protector of the community. Our Daddy Jack hoodoo doll, like Daddy Hal, is a fierce protector, fighter against enemies. If you treat him right, give him a drop of Jack Daniels, he might send you a few blessings. But Daddy Jack is also a trickster. He loves to play tricks on you. Next, we have Granny Rose, a tribute to the old woman who lived deep off into the woods down the dirt road. Every day working in the surrounding woods, planting her garden, or sitting on the porch shelling peas. She was a grandma to everyone, listening to everyone's problems, making a route for them. Kind and gracious, but sharp as a tack. She don't miss nothing. Powerful in her work, can help cure a broken heart, but also strike down an enemy with lightning. Granny Rose is another mother spirit, here to protect, to guide, and help people. She sees everything, and like Aunt Moot, can have any no-good scoundrel howling at the moon. Introducing Weeping Mary, the great mother spirit and carrier of petitions. She is a trouble doll, meaning you give your troubles to her. She is a gateway into the spiritual realm. She carries petitions that are pinned to her across the divide. She is the spiritual mother of old, who would sit on the mother's bench and hum and pray and sing at the secret gathering under the old brush arbor into a spiritual shouting frenzy, but also nurse the sick, console those down in spirit, and could be found down by the riverside lifting up prayers. Our Weeping Mary is a spiritual messenger and consoler. Pin your troubles to her so she can carry them to the spiritual realm for help. Family, next we have 4 brothers, Uncle Hu, Lu, Ju, and Wu. They represent the sacred hoodoo bloodline as sons of a 7th son. They are old spirits from the old communities along the Savannah River of Georgia. Wise and old, powerful and cantankerous, they are not to be played with. Uncle Hu is the eldest. He's the old man of hoodoo, knows all the tricks, and can make any enemy bow down. Like Daddy Hal and Daddy Jack, he is a fierce protector. His ancient old spirit is wiser and stealthier than his brothers. He can be a shit stirrer just for the hell of it, because he can. Uncle Lou, who is just as wise as Uncle Who, but he's a little meaner. He's a fierce protector, and he's a power source for those who are fighting for leadership and success. He is a great balancer. He's a restorer, restoring what has been wronged. Uncle Jew is the most powerful in enemy work. He's low down. He's greedy. He is a powerful guard against enemies. He's a reacher for money, but he's a trickster too. He brings out the worst and can be the worst to those who do not cross his path right. Now, Uncle Wu, he's the youngest. He's a smooth operator. He's a lover. He's a gambler, strong practitioner, and fighter against enemies. But Uncle Wu brings good luck. But he can be a joker too. He's a trickster as well, who likes to play pranks, likes to trip you up, likes to move things around, hide things from you. But it's all in fun. To me, they are like the four horsemen, not to be crossed, and are brutal in their work against others. Now let me show you something special here. I didn't intend for this to be a part of the exhibit, but just had a really fascinating experience with this doll. This is a custom doll that I've been making for someone, and I had planned on using blue, in the coloring for the doll. But my spirit led me to use lots of yellow and to also focus on the sun. Now, my dolls are usually elderly people, and I have intentionally made some tribute dolls to water spirits and some of the orishas. This time was different. I truly believe that the spirit realm sent an African power to reside in this doll. And these kind of experiences really humble me, because it reminds me that I am a vessel, and the spirit realm has a mind of its own when it comes to working and dealing with spiritual things. But all of these dolls that I've shown you is just one way that I'm trying to preserve hoodoo history. Just you taking the time to view this video is helping to keep the traditional hoodoo of our ancestors alive and well. And I just want to encourage you to learn the history of hoodoo in your area and pass this information down to your younger generations. If you're interested in purchasing any of these dolls, you can visit my website. Go to my Hoodoo Dolls page. But let me just tell you, most of these have already been sold before I even made this video. So family, I won't do prizes in this video. I have a separate video to give away prizes because I have a lot of them. So please stay tuned. I'll be sending that out this week. The final video in this month of June and the Juneteenth celebration, I'm going to show you how to make an affordable and easy hoodoo doll for any type of purpose. So stay tuned for that as well. That's how we'll close out this series. But I just sure do want to thank you for watching my 3rd annual hoodoo doll exhibit. This means so much to me, you taking the time to view this video. If you would like to increase your knowledge in hoodoo, visit my channel and check out my books. Also, some of the dolls you've seen in this exhibit, like I said, they're for sale on my site. Well, family, I hope this year's exhibit has been interesting to you. Until next year, I want you to have a great and wonderful hoodoo journey. Thank you so much.